Okay. Yesterday we were speaking about the rules of the commas, colons, semicolons, and dashes. Some of the punctuation that you may meet in the set. And we said we have for the commas 7 main rules. The first one, that the comma surrounded the non-restrictive clause or the appositive. What is the non-restrictive clause? It's the unessential clauses. How can I know that this clause is unessential? How can I know that's unessential?
My
Good morning,
omitting it
Miss.
from the
Good morning,
sentence.
Muhammad. How are you? Can you
Fine.
answer this question, Muhammad? How can I know
Miss,
that this?
I just joined.
Okay, but that is thing that we have studied yesterday. How can I know that the clause is non-essential or non-restrictive?
I don't know.
Okay, Abdurrahman Amgad, can you answer?
How do I know what?
How do I know that the clause is non-restrictive? So I have to surround it with 2 commas.
Do I know where to put it?
No. How can I know that this clause is non-restrictive or unessential?
I, I don't know.
Okay, Adam Imad, can you answer? Yes or no? Ahmed Shawqi, can you answer?
Yes, miss.
Yes, please. If you cannot answer, just anyone, tell me I can, so I can move to another one. Can you answer?
No.
How can I know that the clause is non-restrictive or unessential?
By omitting it from the sentence?
Excellent, excellent. Yes, that's it. If you omit it or you erase it from the sentence or remove it, and then the left out to still give you a meaning or a sense, this means that this clause is non-restrictive or unessential. This means that we have to surround it with comma. The restrictive clause is the opposite way. It's a clause that I cannot omit, I cannot erase, like this one exactly. People who sleep well are more alert. You can see my screen, right? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Where is the clause? Who sleep well? Who sleep well? This is my clause. Let me check if it is essential or it is restrictive or non-restrictive. Just omit who sleep well. What will be the left out? People are more alert. What does this mean? Does it mean something?
No.
Yes, guys who couldn't answer the question, so please, I'm repeating it again for you, and Kamal too, maybe you didn't attend the session yesterday. So who sleep well, this is a clause I cannot omit from the sentence, so it's a restrictive clause, it's the essential clause. I have to keep it in the sentence, and I cannot put it between 2 commas. I cannot put it between 2 commas. What about this, another one? The non-restrictive. This is another sentence. Nate, who works as a software engineer. My clause is who works as a software engineer. Try to omit it or erase it from the sentence. What would be the left out? Muhammad Sabri, read the left out.
No, miss.
Read the left out after erasing the clause.
Not majored in computer science.
Excellent. Does it mean something for you, Muhammad, this sentence, the left out?
Yes.
Yes, it means. So this means that this clause, that the underlined one, is unessential. I can erase it. That's why I surround it with what, Muhammad? I put
with
it,
commas.
yes, that's why I put it between commas. So this is the first rule. The commas surround the unessential or the non-restrictive clause or the appositive. What is the appositive? Appositive is a phrase, and most commonly it's a noun phrase. Where should I put it? Yeah, it comes directly after a noun to describe it, like this one. Torsha, a fan of celebrity gossip, loves watching the Wendy Williams. A fan of celebrity gossip, this is an appositive or a phrase, a noun phrase. It comes to describe who? Torsha. If I eliminate it, if I eliminate this phrase, Ali Usama, what would be the left out after eliminating this phrase?
1 minute. Where?
Where? I don't know where.
My screen is black.
So wake it up. Wake your screen up.
No, I can see your.
Why didn't you say that
Your screen,
you can
miss.
see it? Iman Dawood, can you read the left out after erasing the appositive or the phrase? Ali, fix your problem. Try to fix it. Refresh your lap or your computer. Iman, read the left out.
1 minute. I'm gonna leave.
Okay, okay.
Leave and join.
Fine, yes. Iman, read the left out.
Torsha? Okay. Torsha loves watching the Wendy Williams show.
Yeah, does it mean something? Does it give you
Yes.
a complete meaning? Yes. So that's why this is a phrase and it's an appositive. It's unessential. I can erase it. That's why I surrounded with 2 commas. Is the first rule clear for you all?
Hello, Miss Wala.
Yes.
Ali, can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay. Now the second rule, we use it after introductory phrase or clause. What is introductory phrase or clause? I have 2 types. Whether the sentence starts with a phrase like the prepositional phrase, like in this one, or like it starts with a participial phrase, or it start with the infinitive phrase. Any kind of phrase we start the sentence with, we call this introductory phrase. And what is the clause? The clause, the dependent one, the dependent clause that we have studied in the first term or the first quarter, like this one. Although I want to go to Hawaii for Joe's wedding, I have to work. What type of sentence? What type of sentence is that? Yes. What type of sentence is Muhammad Itribi? Muhammad Itribi. Although I want to go to Hawaii for Joe's wedding, I have to work. What type of sentence?
I don't know it.
Why, Muhammad? Lee, why? Give yourself a chance and think. Look at the conjunction. Is this simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence?
Simple.
How, يعني Muhammad? We have 2 parts here. I have, although I want to go to Hawaii, and I have to work. 2 sentences, and I join them together.
Compound.
And the conjunction is although. It would be compound if it is fanboys. We have subordinating conjunction, so what do you call this type of sentence? Complex. Right, Muhammad?
Right, miss.
Yes, complex sentence. And the complex sentence, I can switch the 2 parts. Here I started with the dependent clause. So I started with an introductory clause. The dependent clause is so weak to start the sentence with, so I have to put a comma after it. Clear?
Clear, miss.
Okay. Yesterday we studied this example, living independently and demonstrating an intense work ethic, the Harvey. And check here this part. Is it correct to put a semicolon here or not? I have started with living independently. What type of phrase is that? Habib Assam, what type of phrase?
Which one?
This one, living independently, and can you see my arrow on the screen?
This is simple.
Living independently and demonstrating. This is not a sentence, it's a phrase.
Can I say?
It's a phrase. Wamid?
Yes.
Yes, Wamid, okay.
Living participle phrase.
Yeah, that's right. It's participial phrase. It starts with a verb with ing, the present participle, living. So it's a participial phrase. So the sentence starts with a phrase. We call what do you call this phrase? Introductory phrase. What do you mean introductory? I begin the sentence with it. I begin the sentence with it. And as long as the phrase is so weak, so I have to put what after the end of the phrase? A semicolon, is that correct? Now, who's that? Someone is opening his mic and there's like something in the background. Okay, is it correct to put a semicolon after the introductory phrase? Hello? Hello?
No, يا مس no.
Okay, fine. Someone save me. I'm drowned in the water and see no one is answering. That's right. We have to put what after the introductory phrase? A comma. So the correct answer is D.
Comma.
We have
Comma.
after ethic or after the introductory phrase, we have a comma. The third rule, and I think this is the one that you didn't attend, right? You didn't attend the thing. We used to separate items in a list. You went to the supermarket and you bought a lot of things. You want to list them. Are you going to say that I bought milk and orange and juice and meat and chicken and chips? Of course not. You have to put them in a list and use the comma to separate them. Look at this example. Let's start from here. During spring break, during spring break, my days will consist of eating, watching Netflix, and sleeping. How many things did you do here during the spring break?
3.
3.
Yes. First, eating.
3 things.
Yes. Second, watching Netflix. Third, sleeping. Now I have a list of things that you are doing in your spring break or you are doing right now in your open break. Eating, watching Netflix, and sleeping. Maybe you have something else to do. But how did I join them? Did I keep saying and or did I separate them with comma? I separate them with comma. Eating, comma, watching Netflix, comma, and. Suppose that I have more things, you will keep put commas, and before the last one, you put comma and end.
And
Yes, that's right. Have you noted that all the things in the list are in the same form? Eating, watching,
yes.
yes, sleeping. Yes, the thing should be parallel, should have the same form. We call this parallel. Don't use consists of eating, watch Netflix, and sleep. No, you have to make the same form, the same thing in the same form. So this is the third rule. Yes, have you answered this question yesterday?
No. No.
Right? We haven't. Okay, let's pick someone. Okay, Jenna? Jenna, are you Jenna Diop, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Jenna,
But this
hello.
is the first session English for me.
Sorry?
I was tired.
You didn't attend the last
This
session?
is the first session English
Okay,
for
fine.
me. Yes.
Have you heard the rule that I have said just right now? I have explained the
No,
same
yet,
lesson.
but today
like
I
you
will study all the sessions.
Okay, Jenna, I have explained the
So
same thing
sorry.
that I said yesterday, the same thing. So as
Yes,
if you have attended
I will study
yesterday.
this today.
Fine, so you can answer this one. If you were listening to me just right now, you can answer this one right now too.
Okay.
Yes. Now, in the SAT, you will find the passage or a text, and in this text, you'll find some underlined parts, annexed or preceded by a number, and then in the other side of the page, you will find a question related to this number. He underlined this part to tell you this thing, does it have a mistake or not? If it doesn't have a mistake, so you will choose no change. If it has a mistake, so choose the correction from here.
Okay.
So you'll start reading from yogurt
Either manufacturers, food scientists, and government officials are also working together to develop additional solutions for reusing waste.
Wait, yes. You have to understand the structure of the sentence. Here he is listing things. Yogurt manufacturers. This is one. The second, food scientists. And government official. All those things or all those people are also working together. So here, this punctuation is correct or wrong?
I think it will be C.
The answer is C. Why?
Because it's compound sentence.
No. And here is not a coordinated conjunction. And here for listing, to put less than thing. يعني it is followed by a noun. It is not followed by a sentence. And here not the compound conjunction that we use to join the compound sentence. We have a list of things here. Yogurt manufacturers, food scientist, government official. 3 things. So that's why we put them in order or in a list. How can we how can you separate the thing in the list? What do we use generally or usually? We have just said it before the exercise.
No change.
What kind of punctuation, Jana?
Semicolon.
No, not semicolon.
I said colon.
No.
I think. Yeah.
طيب, can you listen to the answer? Let's check Omar Ashraf. Can you answer? Omar Ashraf, can you answer? Omar, if you will not answer, I will consider that you are absent. Omar Ashraf, the last call. طيب, Rana? Omar Ashraf, can you answer? Rana? طيب, okay, Hassan?
May I, miss?
Hassan? No, let me
Yes.
check the people, the other people. Yes, Hassan. Can you answer? What is the correct answer? Jana, please listen.
Okay, I'm listening.
Isn't it a semicolon?
What?
Isn't it a semicolon?
Okay. لا, thank you, Hassan. Of course, wrong answer.
Welcome anytime.
No, I'm not happy with that, by the way. Mu'min, can you answer?
C. What is happening?
Zain, Hassan, sorry, Mu'min, can you answer?
C.
Why C?
Because there is one of the fanboys, and you need to put a comma before fanboy.
Again? Mu'min, I said, Jana said that and I told her, and here is not the coordinating conjunction. It is not connecting 2 sentences. Where are they? Yogurt manufacturers, food scientists. And here is for listing, to put a list of things together. Join list of things together. Like when you say, I bought milk, cheese, banana, and apple. And here is not coordinating conjunction or one of the fanboys. And here to join list of things together. If you have list of things.
Okay.
Fine.
Miss Gindi is traveling.
So the you said C. So why we choose C? Joanna, can you answer? Joanna?
B.
No, Joanna. C is correct. I will answer it, really. I will answer. C.
Miss, may I?
Hannah, can you answer?
Yes.
Yes, go on.
We must put comma because like they are list of things.
Yes, I have a list of things. Yes. I have yogurt manufacturer, this is number 1. The second thing, food scientist, this is number 3. Government official, this is number 3. So 3 things. I let them with what? Was putting comma between them, comma. And then before the last one, we said we put comma and followed by and. So it's supposed to be comma and. I can't say, so this is wrong. I can put semicolon. No change is wrong. I can put semicolon not accepted. And here this is wrong because to put a comma after the and, this is the misusing of the punctuation.
Miss Wala.
Yes, Ali.
Miss Wala, Gindi is telling you he's traveling and he is he is using his 4G and his 4G is lagging.
Okay. Thank you, Ali. Got it, guys? We use and not only used to for the and is not only used for the connecting 2 simple sentences or like a fanboys. I can use it in list if I want to list things together. The fourth rules, we don't use comma to separate complete thought, and we said this before in the first quarter. If we have two complete sentences, I cannot separate them together with comma, because the comma is too weak to separate it. What should I use instead of the comma? I have a lot of solution, but let's see the examples first. Dorothy failed her test. It was extremely difficult. I have here two complete thoughts. Dorothy failed her test. This is number one. The second thought, it was extremely difficult. Those are two separate thoughts. I can separate them, and each one of them can stand alone. But connecting them with comma, this is wrong, a mistake. So how can I solve them? I have three solutions. The first thing, I can put one of the coordinating conjunction after the comma. This is one of the things. So here I have formed a compound sentence. Or I can put one of the relative pronoun after the comma. So here I turn it into a complex sentence. Or I can put one of those two things, colon or semicolon or colon, and that's what we are going to study in the coming slides. We studied the semicolon before. It's one way of connecting the compound sentence. And the colon, this is the thing that may be new for you, the usage of the colon. Look at this exercise. Number 29, you have to check if it has a mistake or not. Who's ready to answer? Who's ready to answer?
May I am.
Zena?
Yes.
Okay, go on.
Take Bartlett pairs, for instance, unless they are treated with exactly the right amount of 1 MCP at exactly the right time, they will remain hard and green until they rot, and consumers who experience this will be unlikely to purchase them again.
Did you
The
understand
correct answer
anything?
would be take Bartlett pairs, comma. What?
Did you understand anything?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
That's also okay.
Yeah, what is the correct answer?
It would be B.
Why?
Take Bartlett pairs, comma, and for instance, semicolon or colon, because it's two complete sentences, and the comma before the semicolon, because it's an introductive phrase.
What is the introductory phrase?
Take Bartlett pairs.
Oh, yes, okay. Take a part of phrase. This is introductory phrase.
Yes.
Okay, but this is not an introductory phrase. Take, it's like it's an order, so it's the verb.
Yes.
Yes, and the subject is hidden. Brattle, this is the object, for instance. So it's a complete thought. This one is a complete thought. Take Brattle bears as an example, he mean. Unless they are treated with exactly the right amount. The B is correct, that's right, because it for a reason, because it comes after after a complete thought, and it's also followed by a list of things, an explanation for the rest of things. The last thing for the comma, we do not put it, or we do not use it between an adjective and a noun. By the way, just to give you a hint, don't leave, because at the end of session I will record your name, so you had the name that I will find. Okay, it seems that we will leave and then we will join again. We have 9 minutes. I will finish the commas and then you leave and join again. Right? We have 2 running sessions. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll finish the comma and then you leave and come back again. We don't use the comma between an adjective and a noun. How can I do this? Look at this example. Tresta bought a blue truck. I have here the noun is blue. Sorry, the noun is truck, and blue is an adjective that describes truck. I cannot separate the adjective that describes this noun with a comma. The correct thing is to just erase this comma to be like this. No commas to separate the adjective from the noun that it describes. So this is the colon. I'll stop here. So please you sign out and then log in again. Fine. Come back again. I counted you. You were 41.
Miss, so what I do now?
You just rejoin again because the session is going to the Zoom is going to end. Yeah. You were 41. I counted you. Don't go away.
هنرجع مس.
Yes. Okay, waiting. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Okay. It introduced list and the explanation for the thing that follow. I will show you the example and to make it clear for you. And also it must come after a complete sentence. You should be able to put a period in a place of a colon. It means that if you erase the colon, you can put a period after instead of it. Why? Because the colon comes after a complete sentence. That's why we said that it can connect two independent clauses. It can comes in the middle between two independent clauses. Now, Miss, show me example. Look at this example. Jasmine brought everything she needed. Jasmine brought everything she needed for the exam, including pencils, a backpack, and a calculator. Now, the first thing, Jasmine brought everything she needed for the exam. What kind of sentence is that? Jasmine?
Independent?
Yes, it's a complete sentence and it can stand alone by itself. I can stop here. Jasmine brought everything she needed for the exam. Okay. Now, he said including and then he put two colon. This is a mistake. We should not put including here. We should put the colon directly. So this is how the sentence should look like. Jasmine bought everything she needed for the exam. This is the complete sentence, an independent clause. And then I put the colon. Why? To mention for you the list of things that she had bought. What did she buy? She bought pencils. She bought a backpack. She bought a calculator. So here, what has followed the colon is the list of things she bought, like an explanation for the things she bought. Can I stop here? Yes. Can I erase the colon and put a period or a full stop here? Yes, you can, without mentioning the examples or the list of things. Because what is following the colon is just more information. Unessential, I don't need it. So, as I told you, the first one is incorrect because the part that comes before the colon is not complete thought. Why? Because I have including here. Before the colon, it should be a very complete thought where I can put a period instead of it. But by using include here, this is a mistake. I cannot use this. Common uses of the colon. If you remember yesterday, I watched you, or I'll let you see in your textbook, colon followed by quotation said by people. And Lily asked me what the meaning of quotation. Quotation means words said by someone, and I'm using his exactly words. That's why I put it between two quotation. I end with the quotation mark, and I put the same word in the middle. These are the usage of the colon, the list or the series of things that, like the example that we mentioned before in the previous slide. Quotation, this is what's coming. Explanation or summarization. I show you the examples. Oh, wait, come back. Yes. First, the colon, the example, we covered many of the fundamentals in our writing class. Fundamentals means something important things. Like what? What are the things that we have covered or we have studied in our writing class? grammar, punctuation, style, and voice. Now, let's ask him. وئام.
Yes.
Yes, the sentence before the colon. Is it a complete sentence or it's dependent clause?
Independent.
This means that it's a complete sentence?
Yes.
So I can erase the colon and put a period after it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. What comes after the colon here? What do we call these things? Grammar, punctuation?
List.
Yes, this is the list of things, or this is explanation or examples of the thing that we covered in our writing class. The important thing, fundamentals means important, thing that we covered in our writing class. So the first usage is clear. Any question for it? Anyone? Any question? Can I move to the second one?
Move.
Okay, thank you, Noor. I need one no or one yes only. Look at this example. Louis was excited to meet his relatives, his aunt, uncle, and cousin from the Bahamas. Now, what did you get from this sentence? What did you understand? Someone tell me. Someone tell me. What did you understand?
That Louis,
his relative, after it should be
he was excited to meet
colon.
whom? No, take the sentence as it is without correcting it. He was excited to meet whom?
his aunt, uncle, and cousin.
And his relatives, right?
His aunt, uncle, and cousins.
Fine, but he said according to the punctuation that is used here, he said his relative, this is the first, we have a list here because he put comma. His relatives, comma, his aunt, comma, uncle, and cousins. So in the list, relatives, aunt, uncle, and cousins. According to the
it
comma.
will be after me?
Yes. Here, what is the mistake? The mistake that it shouldn't put a comma here because the sentence, the main sentence or the core sentence should stop after relative. Louis was excited to meet his relatives, like whom? So we have to put the colon.
His aunt, uncle, and
yes, and start to mention examples or list of the people or the relative who he was excited to meet. His aunt, uncle, and cousins. Did you understand this mistake?
Yes.
Kamal, did you understand this mistake? Kamal?
Yes.
Okay, Muhammad Sabri. Muhammad Sabri.
Miss Walaء.
Hello?
Miss Walaء.
Miss
ولاء.
Yes.
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 محمد جمعة لو دخل لي متأخر تاني هو اتاخد النهارده absent. لو
He-
دخل
he-
متأخر تاني هسيبه absent.
محمد جمعة was in the position.
أنا على فكرة سبتك النهارده absent عشان دي مش أول مرة تخش السيشن متأخر. شكرا مس ولاء.
اوكي.
كملي.
سيمان هو النهارده هناخد 4 حصص.
No, it's not a phone call. Who's talking?
Miss-
It's not a phone call. Stay in the session. Okay? So here in this part, the correct version of the sentence, before the colon, I have a complete sentence and I cannot put a full stop or a period. But because I want to mention for you the list of the relative or the list of things or examples to explain the sentence, so I put the colon and start to mention the list of things. How can the colon also can be used to introduce quotation, as I told you, to introduce quotation words said by someone. Like here, the example, Shakespeare said it best. And then I put the colon, open the two quotation, and said the words said by Shakespeare. To thine own self be true. To thine own self be true. Before the colon, a complete sentence. I can put a period or a full stop. But because I want to introduce the word or the quotation said by Shakespeare, I put the colon and I open a quotation. Those two signs are quotation, where I put the word that's said by Shakespeare exactly without changing them at all. Without changing them at all. If you are going to change the word said by him, you shouldn't put a quotation then. You just write, he said, and then write the paraphrasing of it. Another example, Holmes wrote this about freedom. Holmes wrote this about freedom. What did he write? I put a colon and then I introduced the word that he said between two quotations. So one usage of the colon to introduce list of things. The second one is to introduce a quotation said by someone. The colon can also introduce for me an explanation. Many graduate students discover that there is a dark side to academia. A student who has been graduated, who they said that there is a dark side to academia, studying in the academic studies. What are they? Late nights, high stress, crippling addiction to caffeinated beverage. It means that to drink the caffeine drinks. This is the dark side of the academia. What did he introduce after the colon? Explanation and also example at the same time. You can say at this point exactly like the rest of the thing. Before the colon, I can stop here and I can put a period, but because I want to explain what is the dark side to academia for the reader, I can put it after the colon and mention it in a list like this. Another example, can you read it? Rana, again, are you there? I don't want to consider that you are absent. Rana? طيب رنيم وسام, read it.
Yes, miss.
Yes, read the example, the second one.
Sandy repeatedly complained about her least favorite restaurants, places where you can often hear loud conversations and crying babies.
Can you explain for us what comes after the colon?
What Sandy repeatedly complained about.
Yes, about what? The restaurant.
Yeah, her least favorite restaurant.
Yes, what would mention her explanation after the colon?
Loud conversations and crying babies.
Can I erase the colon and put a period instead of it here?
No.
I will ask the question again. Can I erase the colon and put a period or a full stop here or not?
No.
Why no? Read
because
the sentence before the colon. Read it.
Sandy repeatedly complained about her least favorite restaurant. The first part will make sense, but the second one won't.
Yes, I mean this. I mean, I can put a period and erase the rest, because the rest, or what is after the colon, this is only explanation or example. I can erase it because they are unessential, right? It is just explanation.
Yeah.
So I can erase the colon with the rest of the thing. I can stop here and put a period and stop here, because
yes.
What is before the colon is a complete sentence. Fine, I know that we cannot erase what is
yes.
after the colon, but before the colon, I can stop here at the word restaurant and erase the rest of the thing, places where you can tell the end of the sentence, because this is extra information. What is following the colon here, just examples or extra explanation for the thing that she didn't like about the restaurant. Thank you, Anne. This is yes, what you have said. Right. Mistakes, common colon mistakes. The first thing to use a colon between a verb and its object or complement, like the example, the very best peaches are those that are grown in the great state of Georgia. Tell me, Wed, are you there? Wed?
Yes.
Yes, what is wrong here? in this example?
The colon,
Okay, why? It's wrong here.
because it's not a list of things.
And look at look at the sentence that precede the colon. Does it make sense? Is it a complete sentence?
No.
No, that's right. It is not a complete sentence. Before the colon, it must be a complete sentence. The very best peaches are those that, yes, here what did I do? I put the colon between the verb, which is verb are, the verb to be are, and those. It's a complement or it's object. So I made like an interruption from the sentence. This is the mistake. To correct this, what should I do? You simply remove the colon. It will be a complete sentence. So it will be the very best peaches are those without putting a colon here. Right. Thank you, Wed.
Welcome.
Welcome. Okay, Noor. Noor.
Yes.
Yes, this example. Read it and tell me what's wrong about it.
Okay. Okay. My favorite cake is made of carrots, flour, butter, eggs, and cream cheese icing. Miss, we put that column because it is a list of things.
Okay, but this is an incorrect sentence. Why it is incorrect?
One minute.
Like it's the same answer like the previous one. If
Miss,
you were following.
I can't see the incorrect thing.
Oh no. Oh, one second. Noor, did you hear the answer that Wid said? Did you hear the discussion that happened about the first one?
I did not understand.
Why? Where were you? Waiting for your name to be called
I did not
only?
understand. I was here.
It was here, but you were waiting for your name
No,
to
miss,
be
I
called.
was here, but I did not understand.
طيب.
No, miss.
طيب, listen. Yasin Amr, are you still here? Yasin Amr. Yasin Amr, this is the second time for you, and yesterday I called your name.
أيوة miss. Yes,
I
yes.
called your name yesterday and didn't answer, so that I considered that you were absent. Now your answer. Why this sentence that Noor has just read is incorrect?
The second one, right?
Yes, the second one, right.
It's incorrect. You should put semicolon instead of commas.
I should put here a comma.
Yes, can I answer?
Hassan?
Yes.
Okay, give him 1 second, one more second.
Okay.
Once I said it.
No, wrong. Can I ask a question? The colon, what should comes before the colon? Before the colon. Do you have an answer?
Complete sentence?
No, wait. Yassine, do you have an answer?
Miss, I don't have an answer.
Right, Hassan, answer.
We'll remove the colon.
Yes, before
Or
the colon.
we can say like, yes, we can say my favorite cake ingredients.
Excellent.
Colon.
لا, but wait. Let me, the correction, just put the correction aside. Now, before the colon should be preceded by, or must be, not should, must be preceded by. Hassan.
Yes.
Yes, the colon must be preceded by.
Full sentence?
Yes, that's right. Mr. Yassine, is that a full sentence? My favorite cake is made of. Is this a full sentence? Yassine, if this is a full sentence? Yassine, the last call. Okay, this is not a full sentence. Because my favorite cake is made of. This is not a full sentence. A full sentence, it means that you can erase the colon and put a period or full stop. So and you stop here. It will be enough sentence for you. That Hassan wants to correct it or write it in a correct way using the colon. It will look like. Tell me your answer.
My favorite cake ingredients: colon, scarlet flour, butter,
One second. Now you read your sentence again. Tell the colon. My favorite cake ingredients, and then you put the colon. This is not a complete sentence, right?
Yes, yes.
Type. You have to form a complete sentence before the colon. My favorite cake includes a lot of ingredients. What do you think about this?
Yes.
This is my opinion. You can change it whatever you want. My favorite cake includes a lot of ingredients. I can stop here. This is a complete sentence. Suppose that I want to explain or give example for my reader more, so I can put a colon and start mention the ingredient: carrots, flour, butter, eggs, and the cream cheese icing. Noor.
Yes.
Okay. Did you understand what we did now?
Yes, miss.
Whether to erase the colon.
Yes, miss.
Or
before the
Miss, I don't
colon, we need
understand.
a complete sentence.
who Ahmed سامح?
لا حمد تريب.
Muhammad. Okay. The same sentence or the colon?
Yes. The colon.
Again, for the colon, before the colon, it must be a complete sentence. If you read what's before the colon? My favorite cake is made of. This is not a complete sentence, right?
Right.
To solve this or to correct this mistake, you have two choices: whether to erase the colon and make it a one running sentence, and to say my favorite cake is made of carrots, flour, and so on, or to change this part, my favorite cake is made of, change it into a complete sentence, form a complete sentence. So what did we say? We said my favorite cake includes a lot of ingredients. My favorite cake includes a lot of ingredients. This is a complete sentence, right, Muhammad? Muhammad Itrebi. Are you still there?
Right, miss, right.
So, yes, tell me an answer to know that you have understood.
Right.
Yes, my favorite cake includes a lot of ingredients.
Miss, I'm saying, miss.
So you put the colon after the sentence that you have formed, and after that you mention the list of the things the ingredient that is included in your favorite cake. This is one of the ways to correct it. So what's important about the colon? It should be preceded by a complete sentence. What comes after the colon? I have a lot of things. I can introduce a quotation. I can introduce list of things. I can introduce explanation for the thing that I mentioned, the first one. Now the colon is clear?
Yes.
Right. To know that check the mistakes, check what is before the colon, as I told you. If the before the colon is a complete sentence, so this is correct. Not a complete sentence, so we have a mistake here. Now, Muhammad, your turn. You will answer this question.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. As I told you, the underlined part, you follow the number. This will be your main concern.
Miss, what I do?
You read this passage and then check this part, the underlined part. Is this written correctly or not? It is written correctly, so no change. There is a mistake, you have to choose the correction from B, C, or D.
Read, miss, I read?
Yes, read. Read
Okay.
and take your time.
Today's researchers have found that the variability
Vertebral
army of trained volunteers traveling the country conducting face-to-face interviews can sometimes be 29 replaced by another army. The vast array of individuals volunteering details about their lives.
You can stop here, no problem. Now, this part that's around 29. Researchers have found that the veritable army of trained volunteers, so people who volunteer in the army, traveling the country conducting face-to-face interviews, can sometimes be replaced by another army. And then he said the vast array of individual volunteering details about their lives.
Miss, it will be number B.
B, this one, to put a dash?
Yes.
Replace dash by another army? Why? He said that they can sometimes be replaced by another army. Yes, what this army is, the vast array of individual volunteering details about their lives. What did he add after the word army here? What did he add? Isn't this extra information or explanation for what he mentioned here? Replacing by another army? So after the word army, we should add.
Miss, last answer, it will be number D.
Yes, that's right. Excellent. That's right. After the word army, yes, it describes this part here, the vast array of individual. It describes the type of army that should be replaced. So here he adds to you more explanation. We need a punctuation here to separate this complete sentence, this complete sentence from this explanation. So the only thing is to put the colon. To put the colon here between army and the explanation. So the D is the correct answer. Thank you, Muhammad.
Welcome, Miss.
You're welcome. Okay. The semicolon. Of course, you know the semicolon, it's a comma and it has a period above it. The semicolon looks like a comma and it have a period above it, and we have used the semicolon or some of its usage in the first term. First, we have here because Jesse is my friend, I invited him to my party. Tell me, Nadine Muhammad, yes. Why this sentence is correct?
Because Jess is my friend, I invited him to my party.
What is wrong about it?
I'm not sure.
Why did you sit then? What did the semicolon connect here? What does it connect here?
The first sentence is a dependent clause.
Yeah, that's right.
And the second one is an independent clause.
Okay, and to connect the dependent with independent, what should we use?
We should use what's it called? Subcoordinating conjunction.
No, wait here. Let's stop here. Because Jesse is my friend. This is a dependent clause, right? And we call it at the beginning of the session introductory clause. If we have an introductory clause, we should put what here?
Comma.
What we should put here?
Comma.
A comma. That's right. That's right. Because we have started with a weak clause, so we put a comma here. So this means that the semicolon does not connect to dependent with independent. It connected two independent clause together. So the correction to erase because did the correction. Jesse is my friend, semicolon, I invited him to my party. Uh, 10 minutes. Okay, we still have time. If we log out, so we will join again. Let me finish the semicolon as much as I can.
Miss, we'll join again?
Yes, because the session ends at 9:50.
Miss, we have double session.
Yes, I know. It ends 9:50.
Okay.
So we still have time. We still have more than 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Do you feel bored or something?
No.
Say it.
No.
Don't worry, I won't hurt you.
Miss, I thought the session before this, and this is the second one.
Yes, and it will be the
What?
third. Yes, like the movies, third part. طيب.
Okay.
عبد الرحمن أمجد.
Miss Wala, I have a question.
Yes, who's Yasin?
Miss Wala, I have a question.
Yes, Yasin.
Yes, miss.
Yes. Miss, in the debate thing, should we write paragraphs? Like
لا
we should
ياسين
write a
ياسين
full-on essay
ياسين
or
ياسين.
just facts?
Hello, Yasin. We are now in a
Yes.
different session, in a different thing.
Yes.
You want to ask something like that? We have a group. You can ask me in the group and I will answer you. Or at the end of the session if we have time. Okay?
Miss, did you call for me?
Yes, I call for you. I'm sorry, Yasin, okay? But not to, we don't need interruption.
Yes.
Okay, number 30, yes, the example, 33, this part. You can read it silently if you want, as if you want to read it loudly, it's okay, but look at this underlying part, is it correct or not? You can start reading from but.
But they suggest that the presence of other provides a good model of how carbon can be sequestered or removed from the atmosphere through the management of animal population.
Yeah, population. You can stop here. This is the whole sentence. Now the underlying part here.
Or removed from. No. It's not right.
Okay. What is the correction then? So the first answer is wrong. No change? No, this is wrong. We have a change. What is it?
It's or removed from and comma.
So which one?
B.
It's B? Okay.
Yeah.
Can you explain why? How can you put the comma after the preposition from? Something wrong here.
Okay. No. It's not B.
Look what before the semicolon. What before the semicolon can stand by itself?
No.
Just read it. But they suggested that the presence of other provides a good model of how carbon can be sequestered or removed. And then we have from. So this something here has interrupted the sentence. So what is before the semicolon is not a complete sentence. This is number one.
D.
Yeah, why?
Because from is a different sentence, so we put a comma.
Yeah, because yes, we have here the from the atmosphere through the management. This is a phrase. It's explanatory phrase. So we put a comma instead the semicolon because the semicolon does not separate incomplete thoughts or dependent clauses. So the semicolon will not work here. Okay, common uses of the semicolon. One of the uses I think that you haven't studied. Suppose that you went to the grocery store and you bought the three things: apples, grapes, and pears. Now you want to mention that you have bought those three things. Someone tell me how can you mention them in a list?
Apples, comma, grapes, and pears.
Excellent, great. This is how you will put it. You will say I bought apples, comma, grapes, comma, and pears. Now suppose that I want to describe these three things. I want to make my sentence more interesting. So I want to say that the apples were shiny and ripe. I want to say that the grapes were small, sweet, and juicy. I want to say that the pears were firm. How can I join them using all these adjectives that describe them? Would it look like this? It will look like this?
No.
If you said I bought shiny, ripe apples, small, sweet, juicy grapes, and firm pears.
Yeah, it's right.
No, it's not right.
The sentence like without shiny and comma it doesn't is not right.
Now, yes, shiny and ripe concerns apples, right?
Yes.
Small, sweet, juicy, small,
Grape.
sweet, juicy, yes, concerns grapes. Firm concerns pears.
Yes.
Now, I have here three things, three groups, and within each group I have list of things. So where is the main groups? This is the group number 1 of the apple with its description. And this is group number 2 for the grapes with its description. And this is the group number 3 for pears with its description. Within each one of those groups, I have here a list of things. I'm using more than one adjective to describe each one. How can I separate them? I cannot use the comma to separate all these things together because I will misunderstand the thing. Yes, small and sweet, ripe and firm. Which one is concerning the others? Here comes the rule or the help of the semicolon. How the semicolon is going to separate the groups, 1 from 2 and 2 from 3.
Yeah.
Again, the semicolon is going to separate the groups 1 from 2 and 2 from 3. But what about the things, the less in the middle? You will keep the commas as they are. How it will look like? Yes. Let's see how it will look like. Say it to you. Look at this here. Here, this is the first group. Shiny, ripe, apples. This is the first group. I have separated the two adjectives that describe apples with comma. Now the second group. Yes, the second group. Small, sweet, juicy grapes. This is the second group. I separate the first one from the second one with the semicolon. The second group, it has a small, sweet, juicy grapes. So I put the comma because this is a second group. But I separated the second from the third with a semicolon. This is the second one. Miss, the semicolon can come instead of the comma with and? Yes, that's right. So again, if I have list of things and within each list I have list of things again, like describing each item with more than one adjective, here I can just divide them into groups, and within each group you can use the comma, but separating the groups you can use what? The semicolon. Did I miss you or are you still there, all of you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes. Understood? I'm here. Yes, I know that you are here. Did you understood what I said or not?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if you still have something to say about the semicolon before you go. Yes, we know, of course, and we have said it before, we can use the semicolon to join two sentences, especially in the compound sentence. Okay. Okay, let's close this one. Yeah, instead of using one of the fanboys, I can use the semicolon, or I can use the semicolon also with the conjunctive adverb. If you remember the conjunctive adverb, like consequently, it is precede the conjunctive adverb and followed by a comma. This is the semicolon and its usage. We will log out now, and we still have 10 minutes in the session. I think, right? Or 5 minutes. Okay, we can explain the dashes when you come. So sign out and come back again. I'm waiting for you. Bye.
Miss, we will come back?
Yes, we have something. Okay, sorry for just leaving and coming in. We
Miss, still 6 minutes.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry. The last part. I know it's a very long session, and the last thing is the dashes. The last thing is the dash. You know the dash is just like this, this short line. But before you know what is the dash, you have to differentiate between the dash and something called the hyphens. Do you know what is the hyphens? Have you met the hyphens?
It's like a dash, but it's more
Yes,
smaller.
shorter. That's right, shorter line than the dash. But we use it in a different way. We use the hyphen to connect the two words that work together as one unit. Like when you say email, the word email. This is the hyphen, not dash. I connect two things together that work together as one unit. Well-intentioned. This is the one unit word. It is separated by the hyphen, not dash. The hyphen is shorter than the dash. Right. When can I use the dashes? Number one, let's read the example here. Okay. Judy?
Yes.
Read the example.
The pagoda was built.
Yeah, do you know the pagoda?
You may find this hard to believe
temple.
in a single month.
The pagoda is a Chinese temple. It was built. You may find this hard to believe in a single month. So, Judy, what is between the dashes? What do you consider it? Is this part of the sentence itself? What is between the dashes?
Yes, you're lagging.
Okay. What is between the dashes is not
a description.
Yeah, it is not part of the sentence, but it as if the reader is just coming to you or interrupting the sentence by telling you, you may find this hard to believe. What in a single month. So if you erase this part between the dashes, you will find a complete sentence. The pagoda was built in a single month. But what is between the two dashes? This is like a sudden change in the thought. Like the writer won't want to talk to you in the middle. It's like an interrupting idea, but is not related to the sentence itself. That's why I put it between dashes. The second one, Zainab, read the second example.
Yeah, miss, you're lagging. I can't hear you well.
I don't know what's wrong. Zainab, can you read the second example?
Okay. To see his old friend waiting at the airport, this was the cherry's greatest dream.
Yeah, here after the dashes, what did we introduce? To see his old friend waiting at the airport, this was Cherry's greatest dream. He introduced for us here what, like a summary statement for the first one. He put the summary for the statement itself. And where does it come? It comes at the end of the sentence. So at the first example, there was the dashes comes in the middle, and what in the middle was like an interrupting idea. The second one here, it gave me a summary of the statement at the end of the sentence. The dashes only can introduce a list or explanation exactly like the colon. If you want to introduce list of the things or explanation for the sentence, you can use the dashes instead of the colon. Look at this example. Ryan, an energetic teenager, dash cannot sit still during class. Here, this is incorrect because he used two punctuation together, comma with dashes. Choose one of them, to use the two dashes or to use the comma. An energetic teenager, he put the two dashes here because this is an interrupting sentence. So this means that between the dashes are unessential part. You can erase it and omit it. It's not important. Or to put this part between comma at the first.
Can you repeat the last thing? Because
yeah, between dashes you can put an interrupted idea. You can put an interrupted idea, or you can put an extra information unessential, like this one. Royan An energetic teenager can just sit still during class. If you omit this part, you can have a complete sentence. It's not essential. What's important? Do not use two punctuation like comma and dashes together. Only dashes or the two commas. One of them is correct. The two versions are correct.
Okay, miss.
And this is another example where the dashes can be used instead of the colon to introduce explanation. Royan cannot sit still during class. He is an energetic teenager. So he put the dashes here to give an explanation why he cannot sit still, because he is energetic. I can put here the dash or I can put the colon, the two dots. Both of them are correct. Okay, let's see. So that's it. You receive a homework for this, those 4 things that we have studied.
When, miss? When?
Today. I will post it today on the LMS. Okay?
Today when, miss?
Just right now, after the session.
Okay.
Okay? Fine. Time. Before I go.
The due date will be when?
2 days after after just uploading the homework. Any question before you go? I know you have a session now. Do you any question?
No, we have break.
You have break.
Miss,
Great.
Miss,
Okay.
I have a question for
Yes.
this.
طيب, can I just take just a screenshot of the attendance?
جدعان ما حدش يتكلم عشان الأسامي بتتغير كل ما حد بيتكلم.
And
ترتيب.
who's talking, don't speak in Arabic again. Who's talking, don't speak in Arabic again. Who's talking then?
Miss, I'm saying if someone talks the...
I understand.
Okay.
I understand, but don't say it in Arabic. Okay. Right. Stay still till I finish. But I noted that your number had reduced. You're not in the same. 1 second. Till Judy. Now you can breathe. Okay. Yes, Hassan. You can leave if you want to leave. I have finished. Hassan, you said you have a question.
Yes. How can I know if